How can a single decision completely change the course of an NFL season? Imagine this: a kicker with a record-breaking contract being the center of attention on a star-studded team. Now, think about the weight that this contract places on him. Will he be able to handle the pressure and justify every penny invested? Or are we about to witness one of the biggest miscalculations in recent Kansas City Chiefs history? Let's talk about Harrison Butker and what this new contract extension really means for the future of the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs made a bold and surprising move by renewing the contract of their kicker, Harrison Butker, for another 4 years, totaling $25.6 million. For some, this decision is a sign of confidence in a player who has been crucial to the team's success. For others, like me, this might be a premature move that puts unnecessary pressure on Butker, creating historic expectations that he may not be able to meet. Let's break down the details. Butker, who joined the Chiefs in 2017, quickly established himself as one of the best kickers in the league, with a field goal accuracy rate hovering around 88.1%. These numbers are impressive and place him among the NFL's elite kickers. But, like in any sport, an athlete's performance can fluctuate, and that's exactly what happened to Butker in the 2022 season. His accuracy plummeted to 78.6%, the lowest of his career so far. This decline is alarming, especially when considering that an elite kicker is defined by consistency and the ability to convert crucial kicks under pressure. So why did the Chiefs decide to lock in Butker now, especially with 1 year remaining on his previous contract? That's the question many are asking, and the answer may lie in the team's intentions to project confidence and stability. However, this can also be interpreted as a defensive move trying to secure a player before other teams could enter the fray. But was this decision really necessary? Wouldn't the Chiefs have benefited from waiting to see how Butker performs in the 2023 season before making such a significant investment? By offering Butker $25.6 million with $17.8 million guaranteed, the Chiefs are setting a new standard for kickers in the league. This amount places Butker at the top of the list of the highest-paid kickers, surpassing even players like Jake Elliott of the Philadelphia Eagles. But in doing so, the Chiefs are also putting unprecedented pressure on Butker. And this is where concern begins to arise. The NFL's history is filled with examples of players who, after signing huge contracts, failed to live up to expectations. And in Butker's case, the question is not just whether he can maintain his high level of performance, but whether he can overcome his past shortcomings. Remember, Butker has been essential to the Chiefs' success on numerous occasions, but he has also had his moments of weakness. In 2022, we saw Butker falter in critical moments, failing to convert kicks that in other seasons would have been automatic for him. While he made an impressive comeback in 2023, returning to the top of the conversation about the league's best kickers, the doubt remains. Was this contract a safe bet or a calculated risk? And we can't ignore the fact that by focusing on Butker, the Chiefs may have left other critical areas of the team vulnerable. With players like Creed Humphrey and Nick Bolton on the verge of contract extensions, the decision to prioritize Butker could have unexpected consequences. The Chiefs have built their recent success on a solid foundation of talented and consistent players, and losing any of these pillars could have a profound impact on the team's future. But there's another layer to this story. In many situations, contracts like Butker's are not just about what a player has done, but about what the team believes he can do in the future. This places an enormous responsibility on Butker's shoulders. He is not just being paid for what he's done in the past, but for what the Chiefs believe he can achieve in the coming years. This is a high-stakes bet, and only time will tell if the Chiefs made the right choice. Let's take a step back and consider what this means for Butker as an individual. Imagine the pressure of carrying the expectations of one of the NFL's most successful franchises in recent decades. He's not just kicking a ball, he's trying to justify a historic contract that elevates his career to a new level. And with this pressure comes the need for consistent performance, and, more importantly, the need to be mentally prepared for the challenges ahead. In sports, especially in the NFL, a player's mentality is as important as their physical ability. A kicker may have the best leg in the league, but if his confidence is shaken, if he starts doubting himself in critical moments, all the talent in the world won't be enough to overcome that. And that's the risk the Chiefs are taking with Butker. By giving him a contract that places him at the top of the highest-paid list, they are implicitly saying they believe he is or can be the best. But does Butker believe that himself? Let's also consider the impact of this decision on the team's dynamics. Football players are naturally competitive, and contracts like Butker's can create division in the locker room. When a kicker is earning as much as some offensive or defensive linemen, it can cause resentment. I'm not saying this will happen with the Chiefs, but it's something to watch, especially on a team where cohesion and team spirit are so important. And what about the fans? The Chiefs' kingdom is one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL, and they certainly have their opinions about this contract extension. Some might see this as a necessary move to keep one of the best kickers in the league happy and motivated. Others might question the logic of investing so much money in a position that, while crucial, doesn't have the same impact as, say, a quarterback or a star wide receiver. This kind of debate is healthy and is part of what makes following the NFL so exciting, but it also puts Butker under an even bigger microscope. We can't forget that, at the end of the day, football is a results-driven game. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how talented you are. What matters is what you do on the field. And for Butker, that means consistently making kicks, especially in high-pressure moments. The Chiefs clearly believe he can do this, but the reality is that a contract like this leaves no room for error. Every kick will be scrutinized, every miss will be magnified, and every success will be expected. Let's shift focus a bit and talk about what this means for the future of the Chiefs. With this contract extension, they are clearly sending a message that they are committed to keeping their window of success open. But the NFL is a relentless league, and a team's success can change in the blink of an eye. The Chiefs have been a powerhouse in recent years, but they are far from invulnerable. Other teams are getting stronger, and the competition has never been fiercer. In such a scenario, every decision, every contract move needs to be meticulously planned and executed. And this is where the decision to renew with Butker becomes even more intriguing. Is the Chiefs organization thinking long-term, trying to ensure stability in a position that is often overlooked? Or are they acting on impulse, trying to avoid any possibility of uncertainty in the future? These are questions that only time will answer. But in the meantime, Butker will be under the spotlight like never before. As we wait to see how this story unfolds, there's an important lesson here for all football fans. The importance of a kicker can be underestimated until you need him to win a game. And in Butker's case, the Chiefs are clearly betting that he will be the one they can rely on when the game is on the line. It's a bold bet, and one that could define the team's future for the next few years. In conclusion, Harrison Butker's contract extension by the Kansas City Chiefs is a move loaded with expectations and uncertainties. On one hand, he's an exceptional kicker with a track record that justifies the investment. On the other hand, recent failures and the additional pressure of such a large contract put Butker in a delicate position. The Chiefs are trusting that he will not only maintain his level of performance, but surpass it. And that's a monumental task. As fans, all we can do is watch and wait. Time will tell if this decision was a masterstroke or a strategic mistake. One way or another, Butker's contract will be one of the most discussed topics this NFL season, and his performance will be closely monitored by everyone. Let the season begin, and let's see if Butker proves to the world that he's worthy of this historic contract. If you enjoyed this discussion and want to stay up to date with everything happening behind the scenes in the NFL, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now tell me in the comments, do you think the Chiefs made the right choice by renewing Harrison Butker's contract? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And, of course, stick around with us because there's a lot more interesting content coming your way. Let's follow this season together and see how this story unfolds.